Got some perspective on those numbers. Dr. Stephen May is here. He's with the Sullivan County Health Department. He joins us live tonight via Skype. Dr. May, thank you very much for being here. We really do appreciate it. You're hearing these numbers coming in every day, and we want to know, what are you seeing when you see these numbers? Are you seeing a flattening of the curve?
Well, certainly we're seeing less than predicted without the advent of social distancing. So the wonderful thing is we're staying within our parameters and not overwhelming our healthcare system. And that is one of the most critical items that we must maintain to be able to give everyone great care all the time.
You have 42 cases confirmed in your county. I believe that's the most recent. That's 42 more than you ever wanted to see, I know. And you have held at one death so far in Sullivan County. Am I right on those numbers from what you're seeing?
Yes, the numbers are correct. We have 414 that have been negative, 26 recovered, one death, and then 43 cases.
All right, that number represents, it seems to me, a daily growing number, but not a spiking number, right? Is that assessment what you would agree with?
Oh, absolutely, because this is a slow growth that we can sustain and deal with, as opposed to the exponential growth that was predicted if we did not put into place social distancing measures.
People hospitalized in your county of cases, that's been a major focus on this. How many of these people are ended up needing care? Do you have any perspective on or know a number of how many of your cases are in hospitals and how many are even critically ill tonight?
Well, looking in Sullivan County only, across the region we have a significant greater number. However, for Sullivan County we're right now at one, and we're very blessed at that.
The numbers statewide in terms of recoveries is something those of us who've been looking for glimmers of good news have been checking daily, and they keep going up as well. We're not seeing a local breakdown on those recoveries, but are you able to give us a perspective on how many of your cases have recovered since the start of the tracking?
When we look across the state of Tennessee, we know that 98% for the state of Tennessee are recovering. We're looking at about a 2% death rate. Compared with the entire United States is looking at about 3.4% death rate. So we're significantly better with our death rate as compared to other places, certainly compared to New York City, Louisiana, that are in the major throes of battle.
We heard from the governor and the commissioner of health this afternoon several things, one of which was that they're starting to see that flattening of the curve, and they're saying it's because of the hard work and the sacrifices of Tennesseans and people everywhere who are social distancing. But they say that if we were to stop doing that now, it could have an extremely negative impact. As a physician and a public health expert, do you agree with that?
Oh, we have to continue this social distancing measures in effort to maintain a controlled growth or spread of the disease within the community. And we have to follow these numbers every day to see how good of a job we're really doing. When we look at the projection models, we're looking at a peak date for Tennessee around 4/16, but it's going to be a long time before we really back off on the regular social distancing that we've got to practice every day.
So your numbers that you're seeing are a peak of April 16th, is that right?
That is the projected number for Tennessee. I suspect our Northeast region will probably be a week or so after the Tennessee state peak, because we're just a little bit behind Nashville and Memphis at this present time.
You know, Dr. May, I think so many of us, we think, okay, then let's get past that peak. Whew, we're home free. You know, we can be over this and put it in the rearview mirror. But I'm hearing you say that is not reality, that this is a virus, because there's no vaccine, that will be lingering for quite a while, potentially. How do you see that playing out? What do you think we're going to have to do? Governor Lee was talking about social distancing that would last potentially for months, even while businesses restart. How do you see that playing out?
I think this new social distancing will become our lifestyle, and until we develop a significant element of herd immunity and or the availability of a vaccine, we're going to have to continue social distancing on a personal basis every day. There's a couple other pieces also that have to come into play. We're still struggling to get rapid testing done, and of the strategy, you first must be able to detect the disease or test for it, or test for the immunity, which is the new antibody test that's coming out. And then that's going to take strict isolation and quarantine with those contacts and cases. Only once we can detect, isolate, quarantine, can we really work at easing back on some of those aggressive social distancing measures that we have in place at this time.
Dr. May, for so long the tests have been administered to people who were symptomatic. At first it was people who were at risk because they traveled, and then it became if you're symptomatic. And what I'm hearing a call for, it seems every day, is for universal testing so that everyone could be tested. Do you see us getting closer to that happening anytime soon?
Oh yes, I think you're going to, through the Tennessee Department of Health, starting this week, we're going to be operating surge clinics where you can come in and be tested basically without any type of other screening. If you just wish to be tested, you'll be able to come into clinics or surge testing areas that will be set up across the state through the Tennessee Department of Health.
That's a pretty significant change, isn't it? I mean, you're talking about testing people now who have no symptoms at all, but to let them know if in fact they're carriers?
Absolutely. We'll be able to look and see if they have the carrier state. And as we get the antibody test out, we'll be able to detect the penetrance of the disease within the population to see just how far we're really coming with that herd immunity.
I know today, big news that the governor said we're going to be, still safer at home through the end of the month, that we're going to look at restarting the economy in phases in May. And that's a political decision. I know you're a physician, but what I think I would love to know tonight is, as that news comes out, what do people need to know in terms of how to plan their life for the next couple of weeks up into the end of April, and then assuming we stay on course with a restart of businesses and life really in May, what's it going to look like after that?
Well, that still does not negate the critical importance of everyday social distancing that we will need to carry on. Now that means we'll be starting to get our businesses back, and we'll have to watch the numbers too to see if we get a secondary surge as people start interacting more. We'll have to keep a very close eye on our healthcare systems and capacities, along with doing our testing, isolation, and quarantine. So all those measures are still going to be in place and critical for our success.
Dr. Stephen May, one of the leading voices in our area through the Sullivan County Health Department, thank you so much for your accessibility and for your information tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You as well, and stay with us, everybody. We're back in a moment.